Let's kill one lie that's killing your bank account. Your personal brand is not a business. It's not a strategy. It's not a product. It's a side effect. And people that are still posting for brand awareness, they're just going to end up broke, busted, and disgusted and back at their day job. Now, I'm not telling you not to build a brand because I've made over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. And that's due to my personal brand. But I'm telling you to build a machine around it to monetize. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can flip your brand from pretty to paid, from likes to leverage, so you can finally stop chasing validation and build income, impact, influence, and systems. Let's get one thing straight. Your brand is just packaging, and packaging doesn't matter if the product is empty. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you have a harder time than my guy Rocky here. Here, come here. Come here. Come here. You'll have a harder time than Rocky here trying to show people that he's a big dog because his packaging, it just doesn't match. I'm out here dog sitting. My pops is on vacation and I flew in to dog sit his dog. But Rocky here, Rocky thinks that he's a killer. I had to protect himself from himself yesterday because he went barking trying to stomp with the big dogs, and Rocky probably would have gotten killed because his packaging does not match what he has to offer, right? But look, I've seen creators with the cleanest content that you've ever seen. Like, this stuff looks immaculate, it looks cinematic, but when it's time to sell something, it's crickets. And you know why? It's because they never built the offer first. So here's the truth. Your brand is not your business. The transformation that you create for others is. If you help people lose 15 pounds, launch a product, get their first 3 clients, then that is the brand. The result is the identity. Here, get down, Rocky. Get down. Let me work, man. Good boy. You got to start with what you help people achieve and then build the brand around that. Followers don't pay you, but transformation does. So you got to stop posting and start creating systems so you can get out of the content creation hamster wheel. Because if your whole strategy is post more, stay consistent, stay visible, then congratulations, you just built yourself a content treadmill and you'll burn out before you ever break through. Look, posting without a system is just activity without strategy. So here's the fix. You create a content system that drives traffic to your business powered by your personal brand. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you can actually make more while getting your time back and working less. So this is how the system works. I suggest that you start off a bare minimum, at least posting 1 long form video per week that solves 1 painful problem for your avatar. Right? And this is key with everything, because in anything in business, and especially in building your personal brand, you don't need to be thinking about yourself. You need to be thinking about your avatar. And this is going to be a target person that you're going to be assisting with a particular painful problem. So I highly suggest that you post at least 1 long form video per week that teaches 1 result for this avatar, because everything starts here. So in creating this system, if you're thinking about your avatar and then you only create content talking and speaking and assisting and helping that avatar, right? So then the algorithm, especially here on YouTube, they start to categorize your content and you start to become the perceived authority within your space, which then the algorithm will start to use its organic traffic sources, which will be the homepage, the search bar, the suggested. When people share your content, right? Starts to use their organic traffic sources, and this is how you start to get some traction on the platform. That's why people be like, oh, the algorithm hates me. Oh, nobody sees my stuff. Oh, I can't get any views. I can't get any likes. Well, it's because you're thinking about building your personal brand, about just making some stuff that you want to talk about and stuff that you want to make, instead of focusing on an individual person within the marketplace, so YouTube knows who to place that content in front of, right? But then they start to use their organic traffic sources to put you in front of more people that fit your avatar's profile. Now, when you're thinking of monetization, all that you have to do is create a digital product or some type of offer to help that avatar, to whereas then you get the money from their actual sale, which then your avatar gets their transformation. Because we're in the transformation business and we're in the results business, right? So if you are having a transformational result that you can deliver to your avatar and you're branding yourself around it, they should get that transformation, which then they turn into an evangelist for you. An evangelist is just another word for ambassador, right? Like, just think about what an evangelist is. There's somebody that got a transformation, then they just go out and they spread the word. Well, these people will turn into evangelists for you, which will turn into more people that will buy your digital product or your offer, helping that avatar, right? You combine these two together, this is going to be that system, SYSTEM, saving yourself time, energy, and money. So once you come up with an offer to somebody that you can package up in a digital product that will be a solution to a painful problem that they have, now all that you have to focus on is being a contentpreneur, not a content creator. We don't want to be content creators. Content creators are broke. But now you have to just focus in on creating content that is going to drive traffic to your offer that you have, and you're going to be branding yourself as the authority in that space that has a solution to that problem. That's how you build a profitable personal brand. And now every post has purpose, every view has direction, and every piece of content becomes an asset. This is the difference between being busy and building leverage. Now, this might be a little hard to swallow. That's what she said. But you're not struggling because your audience doesn't get you. You're struggling because they don't trust you. They don't see the receipts. You got to stop focusing on engagement and start focusing on conversions. Proof is the only currency that people respect online. So how do you get proof? Well, go out and help somebody outside of yourself. Like, before you have any proof outside of yourself, you have to be your own testimony, right? You have to share what it is that you've done to help yourself. But outside of that, you got to go help other people. Now, this is something where a lot of people are missing out on a huge opportunity because they're not thinking that they can help somebody unless they charge somebody for it. And I'm like, dang, so many people are missing the opportunity of a lifetime because they miss out on an opportunity if a paycheck isn't attached for it. But if you don't have any proof that you can help anybody else outside of yourself, go help some people for free and get them the transformation, get them a desired result, just so they can give you back an honest testimonial, to whereas then you can use that to build your personal brand as an authority in the space, to be like, hey, this stuff that I'm saying worked for me. Look, it worked for them too. Help them win, document the process, and then share your results publicly. Even if it's just a screenshot, even if it's just your cousin, even if it's small. People don't need a polished testimonial. They need to believe that you can help them. Proof beats personality every single time. And something else that you need to understand, and I see this all the time, your audience is not your friends. I see creators all the time making content for their peers, but not their buyers. And then they wonder why they can't build a business on the back end with their offers and their digital products. I'm like, well, because you're not selling to your friends. You're selling to your buyers, and you're not making stuff for your buyers. You're making stuff for your friends and your peers. So take me as an example. And as I'm saying this out loud, I might not be the best example at this because I'm a little bit of an anomaly, because I'm pretty great and I have the luxury of making content for my friends that's actually helpful, because me and you are friends, right? Like, we friends, we cool, we can kick it, right? But I'm not out here trying to impress the whole digital marketing world. I could care less what a lot of those other gurus and all the Lamborghini bros and all that stuff. I could care less about if they watch my stuff, what they think of me. I'm not trying to impress those people, because other people may see those guys as my peers, when I'm telling you, they're not. I know a lot of these people, a lot of them are grade A weirdos, but I'm only focused on attracting the right person that I can help. I'm not making content for my so-called peers. So you need to ask yourself this: is your content just entertaining, or is it educational? Or is it just educational, but it's not entertaining? Because you want to find a nice mix of getting right in between the two. I call it epic expert content. So let me grab my whiteboard again. In order to build a profitable personal brand for yourself, you need to make what I call epic expert content. So the E in epic stands for entertaining. Now, when I say this entertaining, I'm not saying that you got to go out and be doing a whole bunch of goofy stuff, but if you're focused on your avatar, You should know what is at least entertaining for them, because you don't want to just make strictly educational content, because then people are just going to come for you for information and then they're going to leave, like a tutorial or something like that. Like, think of the amount of tutorials that you've watched to whereas you built no connection with the individual, because all that they do is just give you 100% education. There's no personality behind it. It's nothing. It's no different than like looking up a YouTube video on how to fix your toilet, right? Say that your toilet is still running and you need to figure out that you need to lift that little lever, and you learned that through a YouTube video. Well, guess what? You're not going to build any connection with that person that just told you how to get your toilet from stopping running, because it has no entertaining aspect to it. It has no personality to it. But then the P is for personalized. That's why we're only focused in on our avatar, right? The I stands for irrefutable. That means that you need to be able to speak with irrefutable facts. You need to be talking about things that you know, not things that you think. Like me, I don't tell you what I think, I tell you what I know. I don't speak from theory, I speak with facts. And I know that I'm speaking with irrefutable facts because I only talk about things that I know. And I know it because I've done it, right? And then the C stands for clear. Right? You need to be able to speak on the level of your audience and talk like them. That's why I said that you're not making content for your friends or your peers. You're making content for somebody that you can help. And you need to speak like they speak, right? So even though I know all these fancy business terms and all these fancy marketing terms and whatnot, I don't say it in my content. Why? Because for one, I'm not out here trying to sound smart. And a lot of times when people try to sound smart, they sound dumb. But I also don't want to intimidate people, because when people use a lot of industry jargon, they use a lot of words that a lot of people may not understand what that means. And then you're just going to intimidate them, and they're going to be scared, and they're not going to think that they can do what it is that you're talking about, right? So like in business, I don't need to say something like EBITDA, earnings before, and I'm not even going to say what all the little letters mean. It's pointless. Where in my content, I could just say profit, right? Because EBITDA is just a fancy word for profit. I keep it clear. That's the epic side of things. The expert, the E stands for educational, right? Remember I said that you want to have educational, entertaining content. That's why you need to know who your avatar is, but you need to be educating them also. The X stands for experience. You need to be talking about things that you have experienced. The P stands for problem solving, because we're in the problem solving business, right? And remember, I said that we need to be making that content here that is going to be solving the problems for our avatar. And then the E stands for execution. In all your content, you want to give something to whereas your avatar could immediately execute on something. The R stands for relevant to pain, because you want to be able to hit in on specific pain points that people have, because it's always going to be easier to draw someone away from their pain than to lead them towards their pleasure. And then the T stands for take action. So you always want to give some type of CTA, some type of call to action in all of your content, whether that be for a free lead magnet to build your email list, or a call to action to your actual product or your offer, or even a call to action just to your next video, so you can keep them into your ecosystem to build what I call that double B, the BB, the binge and buy effect. This here is what I like to call your epic expert content. But outside of this, ask yourself, are you building trust or just chasing trends? Are you talking to your ideal buyer, to your avatar profile? Or are you talking to your creator circle? Because you want to be building relationships instead of chasing reach. What I mean by this is that it's email list over subscribers. It's community calls over comments. It's lifetime value over likes. Your audience, they need to come to know, like, and trust you. So only speak directly to them. Let everybody else scroll. You don't need all of the views. You need to get the right views. And in that, your content, you need to have some filters in place. And this is something that nobody wants to do. They don't want to filter out any of the views. They want to get as many views as possible. But every single video should only speak to your avatar to the point where they're like, oh, this is for me. this is for people like me. This is exactly where I'm at right now. And it should shun away other people. So even using myself as an example, I make business content and I guess I could be considered in that, even though I hate this space because it's so much bullshit that goes on there. But technically, I'm considered in the make money online space, right? But there's a lot of people that want to make money online, and there's a lot of people that want to run businesses also. But I don't talk to all of them. I don't talk to people that want to do drop shipping. I don't talk to people that want to do crypto. I don't talk to people that want to do Amazon FBA. I don't talk to people that want to create faceless YouTube channels. There's a ton of ways to make money online. I only talk to people that want to monetize their intellectual property, that want to monetize stuff that they know how to do. I only talk to people that want to increase their income, impact, and influence through stuff that they like and stuff that they like to talk about. I don't try to talk to everybody. And in all of my content, I say something within the first usually 20 to 30 seconds that would shun somebody away that does not want to make some type of money building their business online with some type of online offer, a digital product or something like that. I don't want to get everybody to watch my stuff. I want to get you to watch my stuff. This is a personal brand video. I don't want people that want to build all these personal brands and just want to go get famous just for famous sake, just so they can just feel good about themselves for being a popular person. No. I'm talking to you, the person that wants to monetize a product on the back end powered by their micro niche personal brand. I ain't for everybody. And even in me just saying this, I said a curse word, right? You will be shocked by how many people in my comments on a week-to-week basis talk about how they're unsubscribing from me because I said a little itsy bitsy bad word. Well, guess what I say? Fuck them! Because I don't want somebody subscribe to me that gets so offended that they can't catch any of the gems within my message and all the value that I do bring because I said bullshit. Like, I don't want those people watching me, so get the fuck off my channel. And I know that I would get more views if I didn't curse, but I don't want to build a YouTube channel where I can't be myself because I have a fun time being me and there's nobody else out here that can be me as good as I can be me. So I just am myself and I be myself and I do myself. Oh, that sounds a little crazy. I do myself. I'm not judging you. If you do yourself in the confines of your own home, feel free doing yourself, but that just sounded a little crazy coming off of my tongue. And that sounds crazy too. Let's get back to the subject. But I know that I would get a bigger audience if I didn't have a little potty mouth. And I don't really even have a dirty mouth like that. Like I don't curse that often, but every blue moon, I might say a curse word. But instead of catching myself and stopping saying that, I'm like, oh, I want to shield those people away because I don't want to get all of the views. They can go and watch somebody else. But it's all just about getting in alignment with who you are. I know a lot of these people that have a whole lot of followers, subscribers, all that stuff. And it's crazy to me, and it's actually sad to me. Like some of these people that are very large that I'm kind of pretty sure you might know who they are. They're never themselves. And it's like every single time that they make content, they have to put on some front and they have to become this character that they're not even that in real life. And then I've been with some of these guys in public and somebody that's like follows them or subscribe to them comes up and meets them in person. And then it's like, oh, boom, the switch hits. I'm like, yo, you ain't nothing like that. I was in Atlanta with some of these guys and I was hungry. I was like, yo, let's go get something to eat real quick. And dude was like, oh, nah, man, I look bummy. I can't go to a restaurant. Like, he just had on regular clothes. Like, he didn't look like a bum. He just looked like somebody in just regular clothes. But his image is all the designer and all the jewelry and all that type of stuff. And he's like, nah, man, because what if somebody that follows me sees me in the restaurant looking bummy, then they gonna think I'm broke. And I'm like, wow, this is the life that you live. Like, you're a weirdo. I've met a lot of weirdos in Atlanta, in Dubai. Great at weirdos. But you want to be in alignment and you want to make alignment feel powerful. You want to empower people through your alignment, which will help them get in alignment as well. So If somebody wanted to help people within the entrepreneur space, don't say like, hey, I help entrepreneurs. Say, I help burnt out coaches making $2,000 a month. You speak to their problem, not your product. And call out the identity shift. So like me, for example, I told you, you're not a creator, you're a business. You're not a content creator, you're a contentpreneur, like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community and entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only a few bucks a day to join right now, literally less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description and tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. That's how you build magnetic energy. That's how you pull in the right crowd and repel the wrong one. You don't need more reach, you need resonance. And the shift happening with personal brands is that it's not more content, it's not more reach, it's not a better camera or a cleaner thumbnail. The shift is this: build the offer, build the system, then build the brand around the results you deliver. This is how personal brands evolve into a high profitable creator business. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this video right here for a 5-step, step-by-step blueprint to make your first 7 figures online, powered by your personal brand. It's Credit at the Top.